gentlemen, it is Wall to Wall Country. Where ain't nothing but country on this show. And every week, I'm very honored and pleased and humbled to have so many great artists that want to come on my show. And each and every week, I have yet another. And we've got another gentleman that is on the show today. So excited, you know, for sometimes when we have some of these artists that are new and upcoming into the business, even though they've been around music their whole life. And I always like to hear a little bit about that story. But this week, we have an amazing gentleman by the name of Aaron Vance on the show. Hey, Aaron, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I am doing just fine. Welcome to the Wall to Wall Country Show. Going to find out a little bit more about you today, play some of your music, and try to get it out there for you.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. I'm happy to be on the show, too.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for being on the show and taking some time out of your day. Try not to hold you up too long, but let's kind of give some of my listening audience a little bit of background information, you know, about you. You're a Christmas baby. That in itself is deemed for greatness. I mean, you already have been deemed for greatness. It's just a matter of how you do it.
You're right. You're right about that.
So why don't we go back, maybe not quite that far to the day you were born, but give us a little background on how Aaron Vance got into the country music industry, and then we'll give everybody some exciting news about some of the stuff you have going on today. But, you know, where does a Christmas baby boy end up in the country music industry?
Well, it all started with my granddad and them, and they were big Hank fans, Johnny Cash fans, Merle, you know, and I was always around it. And my dad's a preacher, so I used to sing in church all the time. Mm-hmm. And I got to where I got old enough, and I go out and sing at bars and stuff. And so the lady took me out to Nashville one night, and I sang at one of the bars there. I think it was called The Stage. And I sang there, and everybody was like overwhelmed at what came out of my mouth. And after that, I started coming up to Nashville about twice a month, writing with a guy by the name of Hal Newman, which is a songwriting teacher. He was a songwriting teacher at MTSU, and his students were Eric Pasley, Chris Young, and Jake Owens, and some more people, and Brett Eldridge, and I've been here ever since, and it's where I belong, and everything it comes natural for me. Mm-hmm. I've been here, and since I've been doing it, but I've been doing it for a while though.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I read a little bit of your bio, and the one part that you said you got your first cowboy boots at the age of 4.
4-year-old, and I wore them bad boys all the way to I was probably about 6 or 7. My mom didn't want me to wear them, but I would put them on because I'm the only grandson. My dad is the oldest boy out of 8 kids.
Oh, my.
And he had the only boy. And mm-hmm. So my big daddy, the day I was born, it snowed and everybody came up. You know, they dropped the Christmas gifts and everything. And the day I left, I went to my big daddy's house, and ever since then, it's in my veins. You know, I love country music, and I love writing it, and I love telling the stories that I've lived. Mm-hmm. Everything I write about, everything I sing about, is pretty much true happening. So. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Do you still have the boots?
I wish I did, but my mom, man, I think she threw them away.
Oh, they'd be worth something someday, man.
I know, right?
Got to hang on to that kind of stuff.
You got to, but at that age, you
don't know.
They're like, we're gonna throw these away, and they threw them away.
Huh.
But
nice. Now, when you talk about you write experiences, and I know you have some new music out there, but was there the experience of performing and opening for other acts first? You know, trying to get your out there by doing some cover music first, or did you jump right into trying to do more of your own kind of thing?
Oh, I most definitely. I did cover songs, you know, starting out. Mm-hmm. When I started out, I couldn't play guitar. We had a band called the Mississippi Band. And we had a writer for the band, and we had the band or whatever, and I just sang. Mm-hmm. But when push came to shove, when it was time to do something with it, you know, I met with a guy in Nashville too some years back. His name was Jim Prater, and he was wanting the band to move up, and I said something to the band, and they were like, "No, I ain't doing it." I said, "Well, if y'all want to be Weekend Warriors, y'all can. I got to go."
Mm-hmm.
So I came up, and I was told that if you're gonna sing country music, you got to put a guitar in your hand. And the way I look at it, it's a gift that God gave me, so it's gonna make room for me. So what I done, I learned how to play guitar, and it took me about a month and a half, and I was playing my own gigs.
Mm-hmm.
So it was something that I really wanted to do and done it. I put my mind to it and done it. So but yeah, I was singing cover songs most of the time when I did my shows, but I also sang my originals too as I played. So
have you opened for have you had the opportunity to open for some of the bigger guns, or is that part of your process still?
That's part of my process. The biggest guy I opened up for right now, the group, was Sawyer Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Opened up for them in Corinth, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the whole Talk of the Town album and everything. But that's the biggest guy I opened for. But most of the time I just pretty much play around town at Songwriters Nights, and I do a lot of showcases, stuff like that. And I go back home to do shows as well. And most of the time I'm on TV up here on Dewdrop Jamboree.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the biggest name I opened for right now is Sawyer Brown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And looking forward to opening up with Hank Jr. one day, or Gretchen Wilson.
Okay, that was gonna be one of my questions. Do you have a bucket list of some of those that you wouldn't mind, sharing the stage with, or at least nudging elbows with a little bit?
I would love to share the stage with Hank Jr. I've watched everything. I used to have a VHS tape of his concerts of him living in Montana. I'm a Hank fan. I would love to share stage with Willie Nelson, Eric Church, Alan Jackson, George Strait. All the greats. Randy Travis, Travis Tritt. But yeah, that's a bucket list right there. I've met Gretchen Wilson a couple of times. I would love to do a whole album with her.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice. Now, when you're doing the Jamboree show,
yes,
I'm a little unfamiliar with the Jamboree show. You want to give us a little explanation of what that's all about?
Oh, it's a good show. It's my friend Larry Martin there. He does the show. He's the guy that's over it, and it's a show to where it gets everybody's shows the talent around Murfreesboro and Nashville and wherever you may be from. You can be from Texas and be on the show. And it's a good show to where it's family and friend oriented and good music from gospel all the way to bluegrass, and so I'm on there to like I say, help get my name out and my music out, and find other people to write with and stuff like that. But it's a very good show to watch. It almost reminds me of Hee Haw, but it don't have the skits. So,
okay.
But it got the music.
Like a little variety show kind of thing where it...
Yes, ma'am. Everything's on there.
And how can people watch this? Where is it?
Right now, it's what we do. We go to it's a place called Patterson Park in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and it's there. And we play. They record it there. And as what I know right now is they're doing things where they can put it on TV and on TV. I'm thinking it's supposed to be on RFD TV.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's a local station. I don't want to lie. That's as from what I know right now. So we've done a few shows there. He's done quite a few, and they record them. Things. So I think it's in the making to be on TV.
Okay. Well, I'm familiar with RFD TV because I had the opportunity to go out and be on the Joey Canyon show. That also airs on RFTV. Another kind of variety show. He's a little bit more on the classic side. He brings a lot of the classic artists in, and they get to play some music, and they have some little kind of like skits and stuff too. But yeah, they air on that as well. So it's that channel's and it's gone big. It's gone really big.
Yeah,
so you want to, you're talking exposure. You're going to find it. You're going to find it there. So
and it's always good talent on the Dewdrop Jamboree too. I mean, it's something to see. It really is.
Now, how did you end up? On there again? How was the path to that?
My friend Larry Martin. I'm signed to Wendy Holler Music, and Larry Martin knows my producer.
Okay.
And he was telling my producer that they started this thing up on, I do a jamboree where people come in and play different kinds of music.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I know you got your artists, and we want them to come aboard. And so what we do, he'll give me a call up, and we'll go over there and we'll pick and grin with them.
Nice. I bet it's pretty interesting to be able to play with some of the people who've been around. I mean, a little bit of a humbling experience, when you have the opportunity to work with some of these other great artists that have been around a little while.
It is. You always learn something. You always learn something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's very awesome to be around the atmosphere.
Well, that's awesome that you're getting that experience and having the opportunity to get out there too. I mean, that's doing
what you love is what it's about. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tell us a little something. If you had the long time goal, I mean, obviously, performing in front of the bigger audiences and things along that line, but if long time goal here, are you more of a writer or are you more a performer? Is it going to be the continued mix as you move forward? What do you think is on the docket?
I put it, long-term artist, songwriter, artist. Cause I mean, I live every day just like everybody else. I pay bills and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot to write about, especially the way I come up. I'm a preacher's son. I was always told that preacher kids were the worst, and I'm a farmer. I grew up on a farm, and so I have a lot of things to write about. Plus, I moved out of Mississippi, after so many years of being there. So I'm up in Tennessee by myself. So I have so much to write about, so much to learn, and I love to sing. I mean, that's a God-given talent, and
mm-hmm.
It didn't take me long to play guitar. So to keep doing, I love what I'm doing. So
mm-hmm.
I want to do it for the rest of my life, and I want to enjoy doing it. So yeah, I mean, it's songwriter, artist, performer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there,
Going to move to Nashville?
I've been in Nashville for going on 2 years.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're already got the digs in there. Good for you.
Yeah, I've been here and settled down. I actually live in Hendersonville,
okay.
Tennessee.
Working on getting onto the Grand Ole Opry stage or Ryman Theater?
Yes, I am. I'm working at it. Matter of fact, I've been trying to get an appointment with Jamie Johnson to write. It's
mm-hmm.
hard to get him.
Yeah.
He's in the same building that I work out of, the RCA Victor building.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of hard to get to write with him, but that's one thing I want to do too.
Well, all right. Well, good luck with that. So, but you've got some good music out there. You already have some releases to your credit.
Yeah.
Going back to 2012 was your first release. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes, ma'am. My first release.
Mm-hmm. And that was Country DNA?
Country DNA, and that's the first song I ever wrote.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. And what's that about? I mean, I can imagine, but
it's pretty much like a biography of me. It introduces me and who I am and who you should expect. What you see in Country DNA is what you're going to get out of me, and that's true, traditional, down home to the heart country.
Would you say your sound is more classic than the newer country, or what would you call your sound?
My sound would be more of a traditional,
mm-hmm.
classic type. I got a few. I do a little outlaw stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
The background where I come from. I've seen a lot of people do my dad wrong. I've done some stuff in my life that a lot of people say, "Man, you're a preacher's son. You don't want to do that." So I've always been on the other side of the fence on some things. So it's a different sound because it has an outlaw sound to it. It has a rough edge to it, but then again, it has a traditional sound to it as well.
And
it's when you listen to it, it's true country. It's not anything mixed with anything new.
Now, Country DNA is an EP.
Yes, ma'am, it is. Mm-hmm.
And it's got 6 songs on it.
Yes, ma'am, 6 songs. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that was opened up in 2012. So people can get their hands on this music then?
Yes, ma'am. They can get their hands on it. They can go to aaronvance.us. And that's AARON, VANCE.US, and it's my website, and they can go on there and pick out the music they want, T-shirts, hats, and stuff like that. So, and they can check out my calendar where I'm playing and stuff.
Is your stuff on some of the electronic medias, like the Spotify's, the Amazon, and stuff like that, or do they strictly have to go to your website?
I'm on Spotify. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Google Play. Okay. And, yeah, I think that's, you can find all that. Yeah, but I'm definitely on Spotify and Bandcamp, too.
Okay, Bandcamp. Okay. All right, good to know, good to know. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Country DNA. Can you hang in there for just a little bit?
Yes, ma'am. I ain't got nothing going on.
All right. We're going to be back with more Aaron Vance and talk a little bit about more some of his other music that he has out there and how you can get your hands on it, and play another one of his tunes coming up in just a little bit. But got to take a break. We'll be back with more Aaron Vance and more of his music right after this on Penn's Peak Radio and the Wall to Wall Country Show. Back there we heard a little something from Mr. Aaron Vance, and it was a little something called Country DNA. And you know what? You were right. It was almost like you just told me the whole story all over again. That's pretty awesome. It is truly about you and your dad and your grandpa and listening to Hank Williams, and yeah.
Yeah, I just live it and put it on paper.
That was pretty interesting. I was listening to the whole words, and I'm like, man, I feel like deja vu. I just heard all this.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm glad you liked it.
I did. You know, Aaron, one of the things I like to ask my artists is, you know, because you guys have the opportunity to do some interesting things, and I know you're working hard at what you're doing and you're trying to get your music out there and stuff, but there's always usually a special charity or a special something that's in, for whatever reasons, a lot of artists' hearts, and it's amazing to me how it varies so much. I mean, some people are about cancer, some people are about children, some people are about animals, you know, and you know, you kind of spread the wealth as best as you can. But do you have one of those specific types of charities or whatever that when you get asked to perform, you know, it's one of those that are a little bit closer to your heart than most?
Yes, ma'am, and that would be Le Bonheur. I have a few friends back at home that have to take their kids to Le Bonheur due to some things that, you know, that's wrong with them, and I look at it, you know, life is a gift that God gives us, so you know, cherish it, you know, love it, have fun. And when you're young like that and you have to go through things as a kid, you know, it's kind of hard. And especially it's hard on the parents. So that's something right there I would like to, you know, focus on, too, in my career to help out, you know, for charity and stuff.
And do you get asked to do stuff like that regularly?
Yes, ma'am, sometimes. Normally back at home, you know, for kids back at home. And when I'm able to do it, I go do it. You know, I play stuff for them. But anything like that, when it's dealing with kids or whatever, I'm all in.
Yeah. Kids are big, you know, kids and pets, and then some of those horrible diseases that are out there, you know, that tends to be something too. In your experience, you know, so far of everything, you know, that you've accomplished from being really little and then coming into Nashville and getting the record deal and all that kind of stuff, has there been one thing that seemed to be a challenge specific to you, Aaron? Is there anything that, you know, that you really, really learned from, and it would actually come as something that would be a piece of advice that if this is something that happens to you, this is how I handled it, and this is, you know, a piece of advice to upcoming artists? Is there something out there that you could give a big chunk of advice on from personal experience?
Personal experience coming to Nashville, I've learned this. There is talent here, but it's only a few that, you know, make it. But you have to really believe in yourself and really be yourself. You know, don't let anybody change you to who they want you to be, because when you have a gift to sing, that gift is not only opening rooms for you, it's opening rooms for the people that's helping you. You open doors up for the people that's helping you. They have to let you be yourself. So because that's that's the only person that can sell you is yourself. And for you to do that, you have to be yourself. And learn to don't be scared to pick up an instrument. You know, I know a lot of girls right now that can sing like crazy. They can really sing, but they don't pick up a guitar, and they say, "Hey, what can I do to make it in Nashville?" I'm like, well, one thing, since you're a female, pick up a guitar. You don't see that a lot. You know, if you're gonna make it in Nashville as a female, and you're just gonna sing on stage, you better bring it, because you know you compete with Carrie Underwood, Reba McEntire, you know, so
Taylor Swift and all those other people.
Yeah, you compete with them, so you have to bring something different to the table, you know. But yeah, that's what I would tell anybody. What I've learned is that, you know, there's talent here, but to stick out and to get in there and get with it and dig in, you have to be yourself. If you're not yourself, you won't do too good. you know? So
unfortunately, I think unfortunately some really great talent will fall by the wayside just because the competition is out there and it's so stiff and it's so, you know, and good, bad, or indifferent, some of the shows that are out there today, you know, trying to encourage thousands of people who think they have a good talent to go out there, you know, good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, there's people out there who are really good and fighting for the same spotlight as someone who maybe not as good or whatever, but the fight is still on, you know, until you dig and claw your way somewhere to somebody who's going to actually listen to you.
Yeah, you just have to, Nashville is a place to where you just, like you said, you just have to reach down and get it and believe in yourself and be true to yourself, you know. Just because you're seeing somebody over here blowing it up on the mic don't mean you have to do it. You just have to stick, you know, stay in your lane and just be real at what you're doing. And and do it the best way you know how, and do it with all your heart. You know, do it like it's your last time. So,
do you think having a business mindset is also good in that industry, or do you think it's okay to kind of like let somebody else kind of handle that kind of stuff?
No, I mean, by all means, you want to know what's going on, because you have to treat it like a business. I mean, if you don't, you're not going to do as well as you thought. I mean, it's not something. It's not like going out playing basketball or anything. It's you have to stay afloat. You know, you have to network. You have to write. You have to you have to show up. You have to be certain places to where you get your name out there more, and you have to. It's just it's something to where you have to stay at it. You know? You have to be business minded at it, and you want to know what's going on. Because once you know your business and what are you doing, what's going on, that lets you know what you need to do to succeed more. And if you're not doing that, if you don't treat it as a business, I mean, you just treat it as a hobby. You know, hobby and business is totally different. It can be fun, but it can be fun doing it, but you know, you can't do it for today. You have to do it for tomorrow and forever. You know. Right.
So, and you have to have that mindset to know that if this is your decision, you got to really knuckle down and do it. Just like it would be any job. You know, you don't want to do it half-assed. You don't want to do it, you know, whatever. It's like whatever you decide this is your passion, then that's what you got to do, and you got to live, breathe it, eat it, deal with it.
You gotta get it. You know, you gotta be like a Michael Jordan in it.
Yeah.
You can be. You know.
Absolutely. Hunker down. In for the long ride. Yeah, no doubt about it. When you do your performances, Aaron, I know this is also another one of those things that it depends on the artist. Some people are this way, some people are that way. When you're out there doing your shows and you're doing some performing and stuff, are you a kind of guy that follows a playlist, you know, song by song, note by note, or are you a little bit more on the other side where it's like, oh, well, let's do this song next. Oh, there's a request from the audience, we're going to do that, or I know that makes some people a little uncomfortable. Where's your opinion on that? How when you're out there, are you a little bit more of, you know, you're trying to get the songs that you really need out there, or are you a little bit more flexible? How does it go?
Well, with me, where I come from, you know, when I got up here and everything, I'm a type of guy that where, you know, when we practice and everything and we go over the song and all that, you know, we have a list we go by, but if we have like a request and everything, yes, I'm that type of guy that, you know, I want to perform, I want to please the audience because they come to see a show, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit all the songs that I may have on the album or whatever, but it's not gonna be in order. You see what I'm saying? I'm a type of person that just play it. And it may be a little longer than what the actual track is on the album. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna party. We're gonna rock out. You know? if you want to hear Country DNA and it's 4 minutes long, well, that night it might be 10 minutes long. So we just gonna rock out, We may just go into another song. So I'm that type of person to where when we're on stage, just we don't went over everything within practice. Let's just have fun and play.
Okay, nice. Now you also have an album out, Talk of the Town album.
Yes, ma'am. Talk of the Town. We did it last year. Mm-hmm. And that's my first album that we put out. And it was more of a what kind of country that would you expect out of me, and that's a little taste of what was what I was feeling that year and what we come up with and things like that. So that's plus I've been in Nashville like right at the year, and so I came up here and I wrote a song called "Talk of the Town." I was new to the town, and so we made that the single of that album, and everything turned out good on it. I mean, a lot of people had some good things to say about it, and it was good, good reviews and stuff on it.
Now you got 10 self-written songs on there.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I got co-writers too.
Okay.
Hal Newman and Rachel Newman.
Okay.
There and stuff. So.
One of the songs is "My Better Half."
Yes, ma'am. My Better Half. I wrote that song. I started writing it right at a year and a half, couple years ago, and it was for my mom and dad for Valentine's Day. So I really didn't have it finished on Valentine's Day. So, but when we finished it, it was I think Miss Rachel Newman helped me write this song. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to lie. But I know when I came up to Nashville, I had most of it written, like that. So, but it's one of the love songs I wrote that it represents. It's a love for a woman, because if it wasn't for women, and us men, we'd be out of house and home, or whatever you want to say.
Well,
we're already about halfway crazy. Yep.
Aw. Sniff, sniff. Aw. You know what? I think that, you get that one out there, that is going to be a wedding song.
Well, thank you so much.
Because I would have played it in my wedding.
I really appreciate that. That's what I was going for, in that song I was writing, but then again, too, I was looking at my dad and my mom, and
well, sure.
They've been together for like, well, I ain't gonna say.
Yeah.
I just know they've been together ever since 76. But and it's I look at their love, and that's how love should be. And they get along, they're best friends, and so I looked at them and I just started to write, and there it was, and Better Half, and we put it out there and put it on that album. And I'm so happy that you like that.
Yeah.
Good.
I really think that one's going to be a good one. I think that's one of those songs that people are going to be singing along with and singing to other people, and proms, weddings. Anytime you need a happy, nice, upbeat, fun, other person kind of tune, that's right. That's that one right there. I like it.
Thank you very much.
And just so you guys know, you can get that off the Talk of the Town album. That's out there. It's got 9 other tunes, all written or co-written by Aaron, so check it all out. And you've also got the Country DNA EP out there. That's got a couple of tunes on it as well. All this stuff you can find at AaronVance.us out there, and that's 2 A's on Aaron.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you also had some other stuff going on, the My Dogs and My Rebels.
Yes, ma'am. My Dogs and My Rebels.
Is that another EP? Or is that just?
It was a single we did.
Oh, okay.
I went to school at Ole Miss, and that year Ole Miss was number 3, and Mississippi State Bulldogs were number 1. And so we did a song called "My Dogs, My Rebels." It's a buddy of mine named Daniel Johnson, came up with the idea, and I was like, all right. And, I'm a Rebel fan, so I was like, okay, we can put Mississippi State in this. We're not gonna just do them like that. But anyway, so we did that song, and it did pretty good. It actually got us on the best of 2014, the best of college football.
There you go.
CBS Sports.
Nice.
So got a lot of hits on it.
And then most recently, your latest EP, Shifting Gears, got 7 more tunes on it.
Yes, ma'am. Shifting Gears and 7 more tunes, and the title on that is Shifting Gears. That's the name of the song.
Uh-huh.
And it's more of an acoustic, traditional type EP.
Okay.
Everything we did, all acoustic instruments. We did banjo guitar, we did harp, we did stand-up fiddle bass, and fiddle. And Eamon McCaughlin, he used to be Eamon was the fiddle player for Josh Turner, but now he's the main fiddle player for the Grand Ole Opry. So he's fiddle on the Shifting Gears album.
Nice.
EP.
Very, very nice. Sounds good. So when are you coming up to Pennsylvania?
You know what? I would love to. I've never been there, but I would love to come up there and play. I need to book some shows up there.
Well, if you're ever on the east side of the state, we are up in the Pocono Mountains, and I always like to invite all my artists to come on in and do a little impromptu if you happen to be nearby. Yeah, I'm looking at your calendar now. You're pretty down south, but I mean that's not to say that you can't start moving up the East Coast a little bit here.
Hey, country is countrywide.
That's right.
You know, yeah.
There's a lot of country fans up here in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, I bet. I know. I have an uncle that's a truck driver. He has his own trucking company. It's called EVT, Earl Vance Trucking, and he runs the East Coast. And he's been up there Pennsylvania. And he's been getting some of my CDs out there, the Country DNA and Talk of the Town. So,
well, if
I
you
got a few fans out that way.
When you communicate with your PR guy the next time, have him send me some or send me a couple, and I'll get them out to some people here in Pennsylvania. We'll hand them out to some of my listening audience and help get your music out there just that much further. That would be awesome.
Sure, I would be happy to. I sure will. I'll do that.
Yeah, no worries. And that way we can get more of your music in our system as well and try to get you a little airplay. We'd do that.
I will do it. Yeah, I'll send you some stuff.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, anytime you are, just think of me. We're up here on the east side, right at the top of the mountain in Pocono Mountain area, kind of between Scranton and Philadelphia. We're right smack dab in the middle. So pretty little area up here. Yeah, it'd be awesome to get you in here and do some acoustic stuff since you've got that whole Shifting Gears EP out there. That would be great.
Yeah, I will do that. I'll keep in touch with you. I'll let you know on that.
Well, I just I friended you on Facebook, so now you should have my personal contact there, and we can chat a little bit, and I'll give you some more information. But yeah, man, I mean, I think you're going in the right direction. You have a great voice. You're smart about what you're doing. I think you're being smart about how you're running your business and getting your music out there and running it. I mean, you got a ton of shows. My goodness, you're performing a lot. You're paying the bill now. And that's what you need to do.
Yeah. We're paying the dues now.
You're paying the dues, and somewhere along the line, obviously you've already been recognized by, the record company, Windy Holler Music. They've already recognized that you've got some talent going on there, and hopefully they're going to be, one of those stepping stones that gets you to where you want to be. So, good luck with everything, Aaron. I mean, I think you're on the right track, buddy.
Thank you very much. And you can also check out Shifting Gears video on YouTube. It should be on Bebo. That way you can get you a picture of the song and everything.
All right.
A visual.
Nice. You going to do some other videos with some of the other stuff you got going on?
Yes, ma'am. We got so many songs. We come up with so many ideas. It's ridiculous. So yes, we got some. I got one video I'm thinking I would like to do on the song. It's a love song, and I've never done a video, actual like a video love song like ballad. So, so that's my next thing. It's a song. It's on Shifting Gears. It's called "Love Like This."
Nice. Well, it sounds like a fine plan. So people need to be checking you out, looking you up on the Facebook. Are you also on the other social medias other than Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, and all that stuff?
Yes, I'm on Twitter. My Twitter handle, just like a CB handle, is 007 Rebel Child. And
sorry,
that was my CB handle when I was back at home when I had my CB in my truck.
All right.
I was 007 Outlaw, but it's 007 Rebel Child on Twitter, And on Instagram, it's Cowboy80. It's COWBOI.
Nice.
80. So you can look me up on those sites and
there you go.
And hook up with me. And
now, are you the person who usually answers if someone has something to say or chimes in or sends you a message?
Right. As of right now, Twitter and Instagram, yes. And but Facebook, that's my musician band page and everything. So I keep up with my Twitter and Instagram.
Okay.
And all that. And I do keep up with my Facebook as well, too. So.
Well, I'll send you a message on Facebook because I don't do the tweet thing.
Twitter is a job, you know. And if anybody want to know anything about me on, you know, if you message me on Twitter, you know, 007 Rebel Child, you know, my favorite color is red and blue. I'm a Rebel fan. I love duck hunting. I love deer hunting. You know, I'm just down home country, so.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, listen, I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but I appreciate you checking in with the show today. Good luck with everything. Good luck with the new EP. A little wink, wink, nudge, nudge of something people can be looking forward to.
If you're around August 29th, I have a show in Nashville, Tennessee at Soul Shine on the Vision, and y'all come out. It's from 6 to 7. We're going to play good music and rock out.
Sounds like a fine plan. Well, Aaron, take care of yourself. Stay in touch, my friend. And, yeah, shoot me a couple of those CDs, and we'll help get that music out there for you.
I sure will, Casey. You have a blessed evening.
All right. You take care, sir. Bye-bye.